Yeah, so I really try to stay away from things that shouldn't be inhaled, but my gosh, I really want to fall into this crowd. Anyways, though, there's been a manga that has been very under the radar for a lot of people, and it hurts my soul because it is a damn good romance. Now, this isn't like a romance slop that I've mentioned in my other videos. This actually felt like a romance manga that is trying its best to be like the next Blue Box. And although it does fall short of it, I still think it's a damn good manga that should be read. Now, there's a reason why I mentioned Blue Box, but we'll get to that in a second. But it's a damn good romance manga. Now, one thing that I want to mention is that it does feel like Nisekoi, and that is because there's kind of like a, I guess, harem aspect to it. There is the childhood friend, there is the, I guess, sought out for heroine that is pretty rich, and then we have the short haired third partier that we already know that isn't going to win. Now, I don't know in Nisekoi if she's actually a kohai or a junior, sorry, but in this one she is 1 year younger than our main character. But aside from all of that, that is pretty much all the similarities between the two, because this one does spin off to its separate own story that is still damn good. Now, this explanation is going to contain a little spoilers, so if you want to read this manga, I highly recommend clicking off now. But it pretty much revolves around our main character, who is, you know, a cleaner of sorts. He's pretty much like a maid, but a male version of one. Usually they're all females, but he is the only male one, and he does a damn good job at cleaning and doing his, you know, well, job. He ends up working at a specific place that is pretty high end. It's a very, very nice, luxurious apartment that he doesn't know the person that lives there at all. But come to find out that that is actually his classmate that he kind of stays away from because she is really popular. She owns her own company, her own makeup company, in fact, and is very successful. But anime logic, anime lucky son of a gun, luck, he ends up working for her. She ends up hiring him mistakenly, obviously. She thought it was a girl, but it was a man, cleaning her apartment. Her apartment's an absolute mess. Now, they do develop a relationship with each other, but it's kind of just seen as a work and an employer relationship, or an employer versus an employee relationship, rather than an actual friendship, despite the fact of them being the exact same grade. I think where we're at the moment, it's starting to shift, and I am absolutely kicking my feet up in the air, smiling every single chapter. Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows here, because there are some rivals within the story. Believe it or not, surprise, surprise, hold on to your seats for this one, because there is a childhood friend trope. Not really a childhood friend trope, but there is a character that supposedly liked our main character for a good while, since middle school, if I remember correctly, and he liked her, so they liked each other, but they were just too afraid to confess their feelings for one another, and it dragged on. That's one thing that I really don't like. Now, they developed her character to be a little bit better, and I kind of just felt like rooting for her for just a tad bit, but overall, it kind of just felt really annoying how this could have been resolved early on, but it's dragging for too long. So at this point, I really am not rooting for her any longer. I'm actually rooting for the main girl. We also have a third partier, which we already know she's not going to win, but she's pretty adorable. I really like her character. She's eccentric, but it feels like every effort that she puts into wanting the main character just goes to waste. And I feel so bad, because I feel like if she were to be at the same age and grew up in the same area as our main character, she would have had a very good shot. But where we're at right now, yeah, no, this is nowhere near a competition, man. Yeah, that's pretty much it about the manga. I really do think that it has a very good chance of it getting an anime adaptation. Now, not necessarily soon, but it really will need better development before it can actually become a very good anime, because a lot of it is just back and forth between an employer and employee relationship, rather than actual development as a relationship, as a friendship. We're barely even at a friendship stage, but I really wish that it does become an anime. It really does deserve it. It's a beautiful freaking romance. Now, one thing I will say though is that the manga is very clickbaity, because it presents itself as an ecchi anime, and you can judge it by its cover. I mean, like, look at all of this. Now, don't get me wrong, it's absolute peak, but at the same time, time, it's going to drive people away if they are not in the mood for something that has a lot of fan service. Now, there is some minor fan service within the anime, or the manga, so I'm not going to lie there, but there's not so much of it to actually just be on the cover of the manga. So it's kind of annoying, but other than that, it's still damn good. I mean, I am a fan of ecchi and, you know, all the erotic stuff, but it's not my go-to things, so I can kind of see that being a turn off or a turn away for this series. But I mean, it's pleasing to look at, I'm not going to lie. But the reason why I didn't mention Blue Blocks earlier within the beginning of this video is because this mangaka, Genkai Ono, is actually an assistant for the mangaka of Blue Blocks. So you can kind of feel the similarities and romance within there, rather than it being competitive with the sports, it's competitive with the relationships. So yeah, no, it's absolutely amazing that, you know, we got a full-on different series based off of like the same taste of romance. Now, I know I did mention about the relationship between the main character and the main heroine being a little bit not of a friendship but more of a professional relationship, as you know, they are definitely in a work environment. I would say at the point of the story that we are in right now, she is finally becoming a contender. Now, it's not like she wasn't before, but what was holding her back is that she felt bad taking advantage of him by hiring him and doing whatever the hell she wants with him. And I mean, breaking down that wall a little bit more, we're starting to see a lot of development. I mean, we just got a Christmas date with him, I'm pretty sure, and we saw the main character actually feel bad for her being locked up for work and not being able to attend the festival, and we had a freaking adorable one-on-one date of her or them having an indoor firework viewing. I mean, it wasn't actual fireworks, it was just a light show, but regardless, it's freaking damn amazing. But yeah, we're starting to see a lot of progress with all of these characters, and I'm excited to see where this will lead on. Now, that's all I really got to say today. I wanted to pretty much preach about this manga that is under everybody's radar, and y'all should definitely give this a freaking shot and let me know down in the comments how it went. Or even if you read this, let me know what y'all think about it. I kind of think that it's a little bit on the generic side, but at the same time, I think it's good. I think it has a place in its own spot to not be considered just straight up generic or a slop manga. But yeah, no, that's all I really got to say today. If y'all made it this far into the video, why not drop a like and subscribe, as that does help around on my channel a lot. Anyways though, y'all have a wonderful freaking day, guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Adios, y'all.